rulebook for Blitzball.
It's just this little compendium of Blitzball rules, and he's just like, huh, brother, this is the word right here.
Exactly. But also, like, his anti-all-bed sentiments are like seeded throughout.
I could just think it's like Yevon 1613 says the Albed can't play Blitzball. What's going on, guys?
Remember that time they played in the tournament and they kidnapped High Summoner Yevon's daughter? That wasn't cool.
It wasn't cool. See what happens when we let them in?
They cheat. They steal. They steal whole people.
They're the Eddie Guerrero of Final Fantasy X. Oh god, I absolutely.
Well, with how awesome 7 Remake has been so far for Square Enix, do you think that they might have an external studio try to port that over to PS5, or just let it run off with backwards compatibility?
I think it's gonna run off backwards compatibility.
I think it's gonna run off backwards compatibility in boost mode.
That's right, let's not forget about boost mode.
Boost.
It's gonna make Spider-Man fucking so fast.
Gotta go so fast.
That's right.
It's gonna turn Spider-Man into Sonic.
Yeah, he's gonna get a Sonic costume. It's gonna be great. But the Sonic, the Sonic from that video where he's in the wheelchair eating the corn dog or the chili dog, yeah, that's the one.
Fucking retro.
Speaking of the PS5, so reports have said it's going to be somewhere between the $4.99 to $5.99 price tag. What do you guys think about that?
I think boost
$4.99
processing.
to $5.99.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be under $5.50.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be 5 flat, maybe.
I'm hearing a lot of reports that Sony will sell it at a loss to keep it under $600 for sure.
Yeah, that's one of the new reports I came across as well.
I mean, they already got a whole bunch of stuff planned in terms of like subscription service anyway, so they're gonna get that money back.
Oh yeah.
I would think they also want to have some sort of base, some sort of install base to try to get people to adopt early that can bring their stuff over from the PlayStation 4 library.
Yeah, I mean, we still have to figure out how many, like, what the supply is gonna be like. Like, I was hearing that they're gonna do something around, what, mid-June? At least talk about the console itself and reveal its design. I just hope that there's enough to go around, because that initial report of like, well, it's gonna be in limited supply, guys. It's just gonna, I mean, with what's going on right now, it's just gonna be chaos.
Yeah. On one hand, it makes sense to have limited supply, given COVID and, you know, some other shit. Makes enough sense, but like, Jesus Christ. PS4 is one of the best-selling consoles of all time. You're going to follow it up with something more powerful, with a player base that is loyal. You need to have supply.
Yeah, because they haven't shown us much of anything regarding it. No games, no...
Nothing, really.
We haven't really seen any... Have we seen an exclusive game yet?
No.
Okay, I didn't remember if Godfall was exclusive or not.
It's not. It will just be available for PS5, but it's not exclusive. Possibly console exclusive, but it'll most likely be also available on PC.
My god, this would be the perfect time for fucking Cory Barlog to just show up out of nowhere. God of War 2, guys! PS5!
I mean, if they give me Spider-Man 2, God of War 2, fucking all that good shit.
Well, I want
Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Yes.
Shit.
That's the one that's being rumored to be revealed soon. Since Guerrilla Games has been working on that one.
Give it to me.
Give it to me now.
Depending on what it'll be called, but it's a definite sequel.
I have a friend. I'm not going to name names, but I have a friend who, for several months now, I've been telling them, you got to play Horizon Zero Dawn. It was easily one of the best games of its year. Still, I would say a top 20 game for PlayStation 4. Like, no matter who you ask, a top 20 game. And they were like, And eventually they were like, okay, I bought it. And I was like, fuck yeah. And they haven't played it yet, but I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
I think I know this friend, and they better play this.
They had better, because they have like this sick hard-on for bow and arrow. And
is this friend me? Are we talking about me?
No, it is not you. If it was you, I would name drop you.
God damn it.
I'm scared that if I name drop somebody, they might show up on the podcast, like as a guest.
Shit.
No, if we name drop them, they can't be a guest. That's gonna be the one cardinal rule.
That's the rule. If we ever say anyone's name, Corey Barlog, they can never be on the podcast.
Oh, is that gonna be? Is that our new rule? Is that if we say their name, they can never be on the podcast?
Yeah, but if you
cardinal
say their
rule.
name, if you say their name 3 times, they'll automatically become part of the podcast as a 4th member.
An ever-rotating 4th member.
Jesus. Well, just to keep them off the podcast, then, you know what you did, Michael. You know what you did.
It'd be perfect. I mean, it's the perfect game for him, and I just don't understand. He'll play it in 2 years when he finds out. Oh man, look at this game I found out that nobody told me about.
Yeah, that's exactly how it'll go. And I'll be like super pissed off.
And I'll be like, I knew it. Fucking knew it.
I only ask so much.
And I'll be like, that's almost as funny as Kenny Omega and AEW against the Inner Circle recently.
Yeah, it was a great match. You know what? I want to talk about that. Only because I can't stop watching that match, and it's the best thing right now. And the memes for it are also the best things right now.
Oh, yes. I love the memes.
So, for those not aware, and for those not inclined to watch wrestling, there is
No worries.
There's another service, not WWE based. There's an AEW. It's a wonderful smorgasbord of the independent wrestling scene. And what Freddy was saying, that Kenny Omega versus the Inner Circle, was one of the best matches that I've seen.
Featuring Broken Matt Hardy.
Oh, yeah.
The wonderful Broken Matt Hardy. It was one of the best matches I've seen in the entirety of their show so far. It's on season 2 on TNT. Watch it.
Ain't no drama.
So, Sammy, you think he sold that drive-by well enough?
I think it's been properly sold. So there was in that match.
I think he got marked to the face.
In that match,
I heard a dunk.
a man got run over by a golf cart, and it was beautiful.
Walking home from our house Christmas Eve. You can say there's no such thing as Matt Hardy. But as for me and Chris Jericho, we believe.
It was a good match. Watch it on anything that you have. But once you watch it, you'll need to look at the memes. Just find as many memes of that match as you can, and you're not gonna go wrong. It's gonna be the funniest shit. It's still the funniest shit to me. Like, I'm looking at the memes right now, and it's just the best.
There's an exceptional Terminator 2 one.
Yes. That's my favorite one so far. The Terminator 2 one.
John Connor getting chased by the T-1000?
Yeah.
And off to the side is Kenny Omega. Out the side of the golf cart pointing at him as Broken Matt Hardy drives after John Connor.
There's something to say about how crazy the look in Kenny Omega's eyes as he's pointing him down. It's so funny, man.
It's special.
It's so fucking funny. I love it.
So, I want to talk about Money in the Bank for a moment.
Oh, fuck.
That just happened.
Let it bring me down.
Yeah.
Good. You need to calm the fuck down. I know exactly what I'll need to bring you back up, but for right now, let's contain the calamity that is your memories. So, Money in the Bank happened.
Yes, it did.
We got one match for both briefcases at the same time.
You know what? At first, when I heard that, I was like, that could be cool. And then, as it was going on, I was like, that's alright. That's alright.
Well,
it was a lot of references and callbacks, so that was cool.
As I figured, it was just going to be a huge spot fest.
It
you
was.
know?
I mean, since the bell rung, dude, you see everybody in the locker, or all the men in the gym room, and then you see the women out in the lobby, and then first thing that happens is Asuka's up on top, falls straight on everybody, and just takes the elevator. You know, it's just every like 2 minutes there was like a spot, and even then it was like 2 minutes is like a max for that time frame. It was things happening left and right and left and upside down and inside out. The match was interesting, but I was just like, man.
I heard that they made an idiot out of Dana Brooke, which is disappointing.
Yeah, so what happened was she went into the conference room for the Money in the Bank, and there was a Money in the Bank hanging, like a briefcase hanging above the conference room. She took it off, assuming that was the one. It was a very R-Truth like thing to do. So she took it, she thought she won. Stephanie McMahon shows up, and she's like, what are you doing in here? Why are you messing up the conference room? That's not even the real Money in the Bank. To which Carmella gets like a giant photo and just smashes it over her body, and she's stuck in that like giant canvas. So that's what happened there. And I was just like, all right, okay. I mean,
by the end of the match, I understand we have two people to grieve that we've lost.
Yeah,
from being thrown off a fucking building.
That was great. As soon as it happened too, like actually right before it happened, I'm like, he's gonna throw him off, 100%. 100% it's gonna look like he died. And then it happened, and then I told you. So Baron Corbin threw, what was it? I believe it was Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black off the side of the building. So, obviously not dead, but seemed like a pretty big fall either way. It was just on the side of the building. It wasn't crazy. I think there was
it's okay, just a little bit of attempted murder, no problem.
No problem. It's still good. So Baron Corbin, King Corbin, throws Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio off the side. It sounded like there was a bag to catch him or some water, but or like a pool. But it was a good spot. I liked it. It's like, yes, King Corbin, he's doing something.
His vortex of mediocrity.
Hey man, I like Corbin.
I like him too, but he's just the guy who books you into oblivion.
Yeah, I mean, apparently the locker room has nothing but good things to say about him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's a good worker. It's just the way they book him. It's just like, oh, so-and-so's in a match with Corbin.
His current character and booking have so far come across as anticlimactic in every way, shape, and form. So that's the biggest beef and gripe that we have.
It's pretty flaccid, that's for sure.
But, for whatever reason, Baron Corbin is listening to this. Nothing but love from the podcast, dude.
Yeah, but you can't be on our podcast now because we said your name.
But yeah, it sucks that they're not using you to a greater end.
We like you, Baron Corbin.
I don't know that we could book you any better, but such is the nature of things.
You could be the king of the ChungaBunga podcast.
You can be the female Viking of the ChungaBunga podcast.
Yes, let's talk about this because, man. So there's two things about this that I want to talk about. There is two things about this. One, I don't like Assassin's Creed. Two, I really like Norse mythology. So it's
before you continue, I have two things I would like to share. One, I really like Norse mythology. Number two, I really, really hate Assassin's Creed.
Yeah. You know what? I like yours better. But this thing, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, this motherfucking God of War worked. We should do that. I'm just not super happy. But that's not the only thing to not be happy about. Some dickheads were trying to get the name of the game just besmirched. They're just trying to shit on it so much. So you could play as a female Viking. That's not historically correct. I mean, it's a fucking Assassin's Creed game, what do you guys think
sure about that? I thought it was just the developers trying to shut that down before it got started. But apparently, it was to the event that nobody was really complaining much.
Right. There was actually somebody who had something to say about it, and then it became a thread, but it's like non-existent at this point because they're like, "Shut up, dude." Everybody's just like, "This is great. This is an amazing thing that's happening."
Oh, so there was at least one person who complained loudly.
There's at least one person who was a piece of shit about it.
Oh.
Might you say they raised a hoopla?
It was a bunch. No, yeah, that's it. What do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about Assassin's Creed Valhalla, especially after that gameplay footage that we saw a little while back ago?
Oh God, gameplay in quotes.
Yeah, gameplay in quotes, gameplay in quotes, and also the word gameplay like whited out or just blacked out like it's like classified information.
Let me tell you, boys, I haven't seen a gameplay trailer like that since Killzone 2.
I mean, yeah, look, we could say anything about wonderful gameplay footage like Killzone 2, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, fucking Baldur's Gate 3. You know, all wonderful gameplay.
Speaking of that Killzone 2 gameplay footage, did you see the one with the bullet time effect? Oh man, that was a highlight. But yes, all that gameplay, whited out in quotes, whatever have you. It's all, and as of today, or as of recently, I want to say, Ubisoft actually changed the name on the trailer itself on YouTube from gameplay trailer to in-engine footage.
Get the fuck out of here with that.
So now they're correcting that.
Okay, alright. So, fuck this. But if you do care about it, Ubisoft's doing like their own kind of conference. It's called Ubisoft Forward. It'll be in July 12th. And maybe we can see some footage of the damn game there. Maybe, if we're lucky.
Not necessarily. I wouldn't get my hopes up because the wording they used was game news and reveals.
Oh, okay. What are they going to reveal?
That's the wording they use.
What are they going to reveal? That all their delayed games are not ever coming out?
Microtransactions for Assassin's Creed.
You get to play as Kratos.
I know what they'll reveal. It'll be like that South Park bit from the petroleum company. We're sorry.
We're sorry.
We're sorry.
It's gonna be like that SpongeBob bit. There's gonna be a lot of fanfare, and then it's just the E3 or the Ubisoft conference is gonna be over. Right before they show anything, it's just gonna die out. That's it. It's gone.
I'd be fine with that.
I mean, I would figure to actually go after they'll retread their steps on offering players who pre-order Assassin's Creed Valhalla Deluxe Digital Ultra Fuck You Edition the XP booster to help them level up and get to the game quicker.
God. No, you
like
can't.
They did for Origins.
Oh, fuck. Did they do that for Origins? Holy shit.
I don't recall if it was Origins or Odyssey, but it was for one of the two.
God, they both were bad.
You know, boys, all this talk about a Ubisoft event coming up in a few weeks, it's got me thinking about something I'd much rather be talking about.
And what's that?
Yeah, boy Jeff Keighley.
Oh, boy.
He's done a thing where he's getting developers together for Jeff Keighley's Summerfest, or whatever it's called.
Do you like E3? Do you like Jeff Keighley?
Do you wish E3 wasn't a bunch of bullshit anymore?
Do you like crap?
And also, do you like crap?
So, yeah, that's a whole thing. I can't help but wonder if Ubisoft was like, no, we'll pass. We don't need that shit. Now they're like, Jeff, you got any more spots?
We don't need that. We got Assassin's Creed Valhalla and 3 delayed games. So,
Jeff Keighley's summer game festival is coming anytime now.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty excited, you know? He does the Game Awards for us gamers every year, and it's pretty cool, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
I know some people like my hero and yours, Jim Sterling, has some thoughts about all the advertisements and whatnot. And, you know, sure, but someone's got to put the lights on, and, you know.
Yeah. Somebody's got to pay the bills.
Yeah. And, you know what? It is what it is. And I have a lot more respect for Jeff after his Kojima Konami thing, where he called Konami out on their shit for not letting Kojima come to accept his award for Metal Gear 5.
That was a great 2015 Game Awards.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, to see someone in charge of this industry-wide event make a stand for something they believe in, regardless of which side of the argument it is. To make a definitive stand, regardless of money, regardless of if they'll participate next year, regardless of any of that, just to come out and make a stand, huge ups on that. So, I have faith in this Summer Game Festival, in that, yeah, there may be advertisements, yeah, it may not be like as cool as E3 ever was at its, mediocrity.
The only time E3 was cool was when it was open to the public.
A lot of people would argue it was cool only when it wasn't.
Yeah, when it was only press.
I disagree, but that's all right.
But
all right.
Like E3 for me was always about the reveals anyway. Like, I don't live in LA like you fuckers, so it's not so convenient for me to try to go to E3.
I live in that part on the map where it says Los
It
Angeles.
sort of
like
is.
the L. I live on the L part.
Oh, yeah.
How you gonna put yourself out there like that?
Come at me.
Well, I guess there's 2 L's, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing how it's split up. I'm looking forward to seeing who wants to be a part of this thing. I'm looking forward to what we see and what we hear.
Yeah, definitely.
From what we've seen in the Game Awards and Jeff Keighley has been able to present, from my experience watching that or keeping up with it on an annual basis, I would say definitely do not expect any sort of like AAA reveals or any sort of like Halo Infinite more details or something like that. That's going to be part of like their own Microsoft or their own specially published or publisher foray details that they decide to do on their own time.
I could see why you would say that.
Yeah, Keely's probably going to do a whole slew on a bunch of indie titles that were unable to be part of E3 this year because it got canceled.
That's
so that's what I expect.
That's going to be 3 months of that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And I'm not saying it's bad at all. I'm looking forward to it as much as any other person, if not more so.
Yeah.
3 months of third-party developers like Capcom and shit showing us shit and fucking indie darlings. Yeah, please.
Yeah. I mean, the best games that I've played have been from independent studios as of late anyways.
Yeah.
That's a mad call out.
Who knows? Maybe another, like, a sneak peek into the next DLC for Remnant.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, like...
After Swamps, of course.
After Swamps, okay, because, like, if you want to know about that, I'll let you know about that.
No, like, after this latest one.
Yeah.
Like a sneak peek of what they're going to be tackling next.
Definitely, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, stuff like that. I mean, things that maybe will happen with Bloodstain in the future, if anybody cares. But, hopefully something good is going to come out of it.
And then Ego was like,
what is a promise?
Yeah. A miserable pile of secrets?
Buy my $10 backpack.
Is that really all that is?
It's, yeah. The Ego pack is like $10.
Well, I know it's called the Ego's backpack.
I think he becomes like a boss, and then you get like an item, but it's really not. So okay, it's $10. It was a backer thing that you would get for being a backer, but now it's not because you pay $10 now. Is it worth $10? No, it's not. But I'll leave that up to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the big takeaway, if you got nothing else today, vote with your wallet. Tell these schmucks what you want with what you're willing to pay for.
My wallet votes for me.
Well, your wallet votes for you, just like my wallet votes for me. That's how that works.
Also, I lost my wallet, so if you find it,
return it to the L on the Los Angeles map.
Yeah. Whichever, you have a 50% chance of getting it to me.
Otherwise, it's lost forever.
Yeah, it's more lost than it was before. Which is fine.
It would be torn open, strewn across the city streets. much like Brian May's butt muscles strewn about.
Just pulled pork.
Pulled pork sandwiches.
Oh shit! Get the fuck out of here!
Thank you for joining me on that riffing.
Okay.
Well, with that, I think it's about time for us to wrap it up because we're devolving into fucking goobers again.
That's right.
Join us eventually.
We can't always give you the level of professionalism from the first 30 minutes of this podcast.
Frankly,
I won't ever give you a level of professionalism, so...
What an honest individual. You really
Yeah.
gotta give it to him.
yeah, I've worked with him in an office, can confirm.
That he can.
That I can. I mean, I don't know that he ever gave 30 minutes of professionalism there in any one stretch before, the masking into Freddy.
We promise you, within at least 100 podcasts, we will get 30 minutes of professionalism out of him. And I'll learn how to speak, so it'll all come together.
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together. I promise you absolutely nothing
No.
because, unlike these chumps, I know better.
Yeah. We're just...
Yeah,
we're
he's gonna pre.
We're fooling ourselves, and he's gonna pre.
It's too late. I've already preed.
Can we just say the names Danny and Aaron and then just they're not on the podcast anymore?
You mean Danny and Arnold?
I do mean Danny and Arnold, I'm sorry.
But yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We did it.
That's all we got for you this
We're
week.
sorry that we had to do it to you, but you're here.
But you can do it to us, and by it's listen to our podcast. Do that for us.
Yeah.
Because if not,
Show us who's boss.
yeah. Because if not, like we're just gonna make it anyways. So.
Yeah. If you made it this far, hi, Mom.
And if you made it this far, hi, Mike's mom.
And if somehow you made it this far, what the hell are you still doing listening?
Get out of here!
Get out of here!
Just leave.
It's not a good place.
No, but it could be. But right now it's not.
Not at all. But for the time being, Kirk, why don't you tell our beautiful listeners where they can find you and discuss any particular topics we've discussed already?
Well, if you want to at me, as the kids say, you can't right now. But that's what I'd like. Let those questions just stick with you. Let them burn up. So you gotta get an answer. And eventually I'll figure something out, so I'll talk to you.
Yeah.
But for now, I don't need to talk to no one.
You can't teach that.
Well, you could.
Oh.
Well, Freddy, since you like to put people on the spot like that, where can they find you?
You can always find me. I'm only hanging out on Facebook. I have a Twitter, but I have barely ever used it, if at all. So you can just find me on Facebook at Nova Vortex. That's NOVAVORTEX. Unlike these suckers, I actually have a place you can discuss things with me.
If you want to discuss things with me, yeah, see how I did that to myself? You can go to...
I'm gonna pray.
You can go to hell. But I'm going to put on the description the ChungaBunga Discord page. As far as where you can reach us and hear the podcast, that'll be on Spotify and iTunes podcasts and Podbean. There's going to be a link. Links in the description.
What the hell is that, Kirk?
And I'll also be creating a ChungaBunga Twitter so that you wonderful people can ask us the questions that we don't want to answer.
Ooh.
So Michael is done spooted.
From us at the ChungaBunga Podcast. We'll see you next week.
Yes. Goodbye.
Ghostbusters, they're back in town. You need to pee. That is so crazy. What the fuck? You need to pee. You call the Ghostbusters, they extract it. There was ghosts in your bladder. What the fuck? Yeah! You need to take the pee. Crazy ghost pee-pee. That is insanity. Ghostbusters use their machine.